Hey guys, welcome. It's Mark with Texas Fundfinding. In my last video, I went over what I felt were things that you really needed to get started in the overage business here in Texas, regardless whether it was recovering mortgage foreclosure surpluses or overages or excess proceeds from tax sales. And in that video at the end, I mentioned that the only thing you really needed then, other than what I'd mentioned in that video, were leads. And had mentioned that in the next video, we'd look into how to get leads, and that's what we're doing here today. We'll do it from a post-sale point of view, if you will. Before I get into it, though, if you could, please like and subscribe. It'd help the channel a lot and make us want to sit down here and knock out more helpful, useful videos for you all and share some of the knowledge that we have and we've learned. So please, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Really helps a lot, and we really appreciate it. All right, let's get into this. Starting with the mortgage side and how to get leads post sale. The first source I'd point out, I like it a lot, and not just because it's free, but it's very helpful, is auction.com. Auction.com, really quickly, I'll just show you if you haven't been there before. You just enter a particular county that you want to work. You would have to play with a few of the filters. It would narrow things down, and obviously we're only concerned with properties that are selling at the July sale. So you have to kind of tweak these a little bit. In-person auction, I would click on those two. And now you see that in Bexar County, there's 15. That doesn't mean obviously there's only 15 properties and going in Bexar County in July. It only means, and this is one negative to using auction.com, they only show properties that they are involved with as a substitute trustee. But that said, as you can see, some very helpful information. Some of these properties don't have opening bids or minimum bids yet, but that's okay because if you know me, I don't think a whole lot of the opening bids anyway. Need to research the actual lien or mortgage being foreclosed on and get an idea of how much is owed and compare that to what it sells for. But I'll just click on this one property quickly and give you an idea of the features and benefits of using auction.com. In this case, as you can see, there's the property address, picture of the property. I wouldn't necessarily assume that the picture is current, although in this case, it's a new house, so it likely is. But you can't assume that all the time. Here they already have a minimum bid of $290. House is worth $529 or so. So on the surface, it looks like if it went to sale, it might be a good lead. And another thing I like is you can click on foreclosure contact info, and it would show you the substitute trustee. So if the property did go to sale and sold for more than what was owed on the mortgage, there's your point of contact right there to recover any overages or surpluses. But it's a free site, and what's great about it is you can actually, and I recommend this, with auction.com, make it a point to get on there before the sale. Doesn't have to be 2 or 3 weeks out. You can wait a few days prior, go to the counties you're going to work, and start saving properties, as I could have done back here. You see the little hearts. You click on them, they save those properties for you, and you can later print them out in an Excel sheet or a spreadsheet. But what's really nice is between now and, say, the sale day, if there's a change in the status of the property, whether it's canceled, pulled, or they've come up with a minimum bid, you'll be notified of that status change. And then if a property does go to sale that day, you'll get notified that day on sale day of how much the property sold for. So you're really going to want to get in here at least a few days prior, go into the counties or county you want to work, save some properties, and then just sit back because your phone's going to blow up leading up to the day of the foreclosures. And of course, foreclosure day as properties are sold or pulled or canceled. So that's one source. Again, they don't show all the foreclosures for a given county, just the ones they're involved with, but it's free and very helpful. There's also paid sites where you can get, in this case, results, if you will, of the county sales every month. Roddy's is a good source. They offer results both on the foreclosure and tax side to most counties in Texas. You pay per county. The busier, bigger counties cost a little more than the smaller counties. It seems like, from my experience with them, that the smaller counties, you can get the results quicker, maybe even the afternoon of the sale, which is awesome. I wish they would do that, though, for the bigger counties. I'd love to be out there the afternoon of the sale knocking on doors. But in the bigger counties, it seems like it takes them anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, and that just doesn't cut it for me. I need to get results quicker. But nonetheless, they're decent, helpful, but you pay for that information. A competitor of theirs is Houston Foreclosure, or Foreclose Houston, I should say. Again, pretty much same thing, maybe a little cheaper than Roddy's, depending on the county. You pay for the counties that you want information on. They're not bad, but again, a paid source. On the tax sale side of things, if you want to get results post sale, or leads post sale, basically the results, if you will, I'd suggest going to this site for starters, depending on the county you're working. This is the law firm of Lineberger, Goggin, Blair, and Sampson, I believe. But they have a contract or contracts in Texas in many counties, and they're basically the firm that's hired by the tax entities, the county, the city, etc., to collect delinquent property taxes. They are a major player here in Texas, and they have a lot of say with the properties that are going to sale, and if those properties indeed do go to sale or not. They are suing property owners for delinquent back taxes, and after a while, if the homeowners don't pay, well, unfortunately, they end up on the monthly tax sale list. And again, if nothing's done, they authorize the sale of those properties. They have a very useful website as well, www.lgbs.com. Click on Texas tax sales, scroll down, click I agree. You click on the county you want to look at. Here, this is pretty important, by the way. We're only interested in the sale, so uncheck all the other boxes. Not struck off, not future sale, not resale. That will just confuse you. Click the sale day. Over on status, make sure you just click scheduled for auction, and you'll see that here in Bexar County, 2 weeks out, we have 12 properties going to sale. It's even got a picture of the property. You've got your suit case and cause number. Shows the minimum bid, roughly what the property is worth. And if you click on more details, you get just more details. Basically everything you want to know except title search. But very useful. You can see who's being sued, legal description, and also down here, this is very important. You see it mentions post-judgment taxes of $1,389. Those are other taxes that are delinquent, overdue, and still owing, but they weren't included in the minimum bid simply because in Texas, the whole process from beginning to end to foreclose on a property for taxes can take 1, 2, 3 years. At a certain point, these taxes became due, but since the lawsuit had already started, they're nonetheless due, but they're not part of the suit. So what I would do, doing what we do as far as recovering overages, surpluses, and excess proceeds, is add that $1,389 to the $35,997 minimum bid. Because what happens, and this firm is really good about this, let's say this property goes to sale and sells to an investor for, let's say, $60,000. So there's an overage there, right? Well, before anybody gets any of the excess proceeds, this firm is going to make sure that these other taxes, $1,389.78, get paid, and usually get paid out of the overage before anybody gets a penny of that surplus or overage. Unless the investor that buys it at the auction doesn't know any better and pays these taxes himself right away after buying the property to protect his interest, that $1,389 is going to come out of the overage, just FYI. So you might as well figure that $1,389 into the 35, add the two, you now have a minimum bid of like 37. And I would use that minimum bid of 37 and compare that to what it sells for to get an idea of how much is there in terms of an overage. But that's one firm, Lineberger. They, again, have contracts with numerous counties in the state. Another firm that does the same thing is Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott. They have their own website. Again, pretty user friendly. You click on tax sales, scroll down, you see the counties that they handle. Just for grins, we'll click on Hayes, and you'll see what properties are going to sale. Little different setup. It shows a minimum bid. Does not show necessarily, I see, what other taxes may be owing. But again, useful information. And again, it's a free site. There's also paid sites to get your tax results from. Again, mentioned earlier, Roddy's. They sell results from both the mortgage foreclosure auctions and the tax sales, and Foreclose Houston as well. Also, there's a couple other sites, tax sale results. I will put their website domain name in the comments. And then as far as tax sales go, another way to get the results, if you're working your own backyard, is to simply go to the auction and just stand there and listen and take notes and write down the sales prices as the properties are sold. The tax sale is different than the mortgage foreclosures, especially in bigger counties. If you go to a mortgage foreclosure and you want to stand there and write down the results, you're going to miss a lot of them because in the bigger counties, there's 2, 3, 4, 5 properties being sold at once. The tax sales, they only do one at a time. So you can just stand right there and get the results that way in real time. But only if you live in Texas and are working your immediate area. But that's about it as far as how to get leads post sale, if you will, regardless whether you're working mortgage foreclosures or tax foreclosures. Hope you gained something from this. Again, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We can never get enough likes and subscribers. Again, it helps our channel and we can help more people. In the next video, since we went along a little longer than I thought we would, I'll show you how to get leads both on the mortgage and tax sale side. We'll run down the sources you can use to get leads pre-sale. That'll be coming up in the next video. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.